In video 28, we're going to focus on how to isolate roadside ditches when they're not found as the longest flow line, which is the case here. And we've isolated this roadside ditch by putting in a gate at locations where we want to see the flow above it and thereby select the appropriate channel liner. Let's review this within P3D. So we bring up P3D, and this is the classic case where the longest flow line is not the same as the roadside ditch. Let's first look at the upper part and then go down. Let's see if we did a roadside ditch here, and to place a gate there to isolate the ditch, set the snap to 10 edge, a very effective snap for finding the sort of groove of the 10 in the ditch there. There, it's just snapped right to it. It's even following it as I go down. So we'll place it right there. And then what we'll do is calculate the watershed above that point. And before we do that, another technique that's useful is only specify one channel segment, since you're looking at a fairly uniform segment. So let's do that. We'll pause while it calculates. Now, the channel segment has become this entire element here. Turn off the snap, grip on it, and slide the shallow concentrated flow all the way down into the ditch itself. Now you're dealing only with the slope of that ditch, which now has a slope of, you can see it here, 6%, which is the roadside ditch slope, basically. Now, a V-shaped ditch, the default at 20%, 20%, which this is not, would work as grass lining because there's a lot of contact at such a shallow slope. This is a 3-to-1 and 1-to-1 ditch, which is this one here, 68 roadside, and when we select that, it jumps up to class 2. And let's turn off the idea of force using the liner permissible shear stress. Let it calculate, and it calculates 2.6 permissible. The ditch itself calculates at 2.4. So yes, we are forced to go with channel lining class 2, not grass due to the steepness of the ditch slopes. And channel lining class 2, you will see here, is 6-inch D50 gravel. The average diameter is 6-inch. Now let's do the same by placing a gate right down here. We'll select the gate option and place it right in that ditch. Oh, with the snap active, please. Let's get our active snap, and there it tracks the ditch. We'll place it in there. We'll go for one long ditch segment as before. How is that done? We select the storm event and the number of channel segments. We're going with 1. Calculate the storm, and while it calculates, we will pause. Here we are also calculating class 2, but this is with the V shape. How do we do if we switch this over to US 68 roadside? It's still class 2. And if we grip and move our channel further up and limit the amount of shallow concentrated flow, mimicking reality much closer, the dynamic calculation stays with channel lining class 2, permissible, calculated permissible 2.4. The average shear stress is 2, and therefore we've concluded that the entire ditch, even when divided into 2 segments, will require Class 2 channel lining.